Hi all, today I'm showing you how to make my grandma's southern orange drizzle pound cake. It's absolutely delicious. Ingredients you'll need: the zest and juice of 12 oranges, pan baking spray with flour, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 8 large eggs and 4 large egg yolks, 1 teaspoon of orange oil, 3 sticks of softened butter, 1.5 cups of vegetable oil, and 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You'll need to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. I first start off by zesting 8 oranges. Put the zest into the bowl, and then I put 3 cups of granulated sugar into the stand mixing bowl. And we're going to be adding vegetable oil and butter to the stand mixer, and we're going to whip it up until it becomes very light in color. It will look like whipped cream, like a soft peaked whipped cream. And now I'm just adding the vegetable oil, 1.5 cups. And I accidentally melted the butter. I had it on top of the stove. And normally I would just try to reconstitute it a little bit, but I just said, no, it will be okay. It's not so bad. But normally I wouldn't suggest that. But as always, I'm under the gun. So as we're creaming it, you can see it's becoming light and fluffy. And now I'm just going to separate out 4 egg yolks into a bowl. I always use my hands to do it. You can use an eggshell back and forth if you want, but I find it clean hands are your best tools. And once I've done that, then I'm going to crack 8 eggs into the bowl. And as you can see, it's become like it's creamed into like a light, fluffy whipped cream. It's beautiful. And now I'm just adding the zest, orange zest that I did from the 8 oranges. And this always gives tremendous flavor to the pound cake. And now I'm just adding 1/2 teaspoon of orange oil before I'm moving on to adding. I'm supposed to do 1 egg at a time, but sometimes they slip through and they both go in. So you want to incorporate them fully before adding another egg in. So it takes a moment. And now I've just fork fluffed the flour. You want to fork fluffed. You can also sift the flour if you want to. I just fork fluff it, but you can sift it. And it's just 3 cups of flour, and you're going to mix until it's just barely combined, you'll see. Because you don't want to overmix, because anytime you add moisture to flour, you're developing glutens, and we don't have a tough cake, we want to have a tender cake. So everything we're doing here should give us a very tender, delicious cake. As you can see, I've barely turned it on. And now I'm turning it off, and I'm going to finish mixing it with a spatula. I'm going to fold it, and you just want to not over mix it. You just want to, fold it gently, go all the way down and deep and around like this. And that should be done. And now I'm going to thoroughly spray the bundt pan with pan baking spray with flour. I find this is the best baking spray because it has the flour in it. It's always a consistent product, and it always gives me a smooth release, which I appreciate. And I'm just pouring the batter into the bundt pan. As you see, it's a very thick batter because it is a pound cake. I think back in the olden days, they used to weigh out 1 pound of butter, 1 pound of sugar. That's how it was done. That's why it was called a pound cake. And now I tap on the pan to make sure I've released any air bubbles before putting in the preheated 325 degree oven. And I'm going to bake this cake for 50 to 65 minutes. And that always depends on your oven. And now I'm moving on to making the the icing, the drizzle that goes over the cake. And this is just 3 cups of powdered sugar, and I'm putting it in a 4-cup measuring cup. And I'm juicing 2 oranges, and I'm mixing well. Then I'm adding the zest of 4 oranges. It's going to have just an incredible orange flavor because it has the juice and it has the zest, and then we have a half teaspoon of orange oil. That's really where all the flavor is. It's in the skin where the oil is. The zest, I should say. Mix well, and when the cake is done, you're going to test it with a toothpick to make sure it's done. It comes out clean. That's how you know. But you don't want to overbake either. So you're going to invert the cake onto a wire rack with a sheet pan underneath.
Ah, yay! Yay.
And it's beautiful. And I poke holes all over the cake with a wooden skewer, and this is to create channels, so when I'm putting the icing, it can drip down inside the cake and create even a moisture cake. I believe I put on 7 layers of the icing. And I'm sorry if you can hear me yell at my cats in the background. I don't know why, but every time I bake, they try to get on the table. It's so
that is
annoying.
No. That is an emphatic no.
You will need to wait 20 minutes in between each icing of the cake. You'll notice that I am pouring the icing back into the measuring cup, and this is so it will allow you to do multiple icings of the cake. But eventually you won't be able to do it because all the icing will be on the cake. And because you're waiting 20 minutes in between, it's gonna just have this delicious thick coating of the icing on the outside. It's incredible. And I think I did 7 coatings. But as you're seeing, as I go along, I'm not getting as much icing out of it because it's all on the cake. As you can see, it has this beautiful glistening, shiny coat, and that is all the icing. Somebody was asking me about what kind of pound cake can you make. You can make any kind of pound cake. This is just some of the ones that my grandma liked. And now I am just peeling an orange, and I'm cutting the peel into thin strips to be used as decoration. You can always candy these strips if you want, these thin strips. I don't feel it's necessary because it's just a decoration, but you could if you wanted. And this is what it looks like, decorated with the thin strips of orange peel. It's absolutely delicious, perfect for breakfast or with a cup of coffee or tea in the afternoon for snack. To help our channel grow, we're asking everybody to please like, subscribe, and comment. If you're enjoying our content, and we hope you are, please consider becoming a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. Because of how the YouTube algorithm works, the more subscribers we have, the more comments and likes, the more our content gets pushed forward and more people can see us. And we want to grow, and that's our goal. Thank you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. I do post videos every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, but I'm starting to post an extra one on different days every week. We have a lot of content coming up for the holidays. We want to show you what it's like to have a Southern holiday season. Thank you all for watching. We're very grateful that you came on by to watch one of our little videos. We know you have a lot of places you can watch videos, and we're just grateful you came on by. We want to give a shout out to all of our new and old subscribers for supporting our content and helping us grow. Thank you. And as always, be blessed.